In this new half hour, 9:30 now, with today's health headlines, talking about March, and March being Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month.
Yeah, there are nearly 400,000 people in this country living with that condition. Joining us this morning, Dr. David Hafler, Chair of Neurology at the Yale School of Medicine and Yale Medicine. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us this Monday morning. First off, what exactly is MS and what are some of the more common symptoms?
Right. Now, MS is the most common neurologic disease of young adults, and we know a fair amount about the disease now. We know it's an autoimmune disease where immune types of cells called T cells attack the myelin in the brain. We know the disease is genetically mediated. We've identified the genetic variants, 233 common variants associated with the disease. We know it clusters with other autoimmune diseases, in particular Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. The most common symptoms of MS often relate to numbness and tingling, intermittent weakness, or loss of vision, temporary loss of vision. There's an influx of white blood cells that go from the peripheral blood into the central nervous system, causing swelling and edema. And these symptoms tend to disappear, and that's the early autoimmune form of the disease.
It seems as though over the last, many years, you have been able to learn more about MS, which makes me believe that treatments have advanced as well. So let's talk about what treatments can help manage MS.
Well, there are two forms of the disease. There's the early autoimmune phase of the disease. I'll be very bold here and say we've come close to curing that disease. The drugs that we've developed, in particular B-cell depletion, are effective early in the disease, 98% of the time, in stopping the disease, which has been a remarkable achievement through NIH funding that we've been able to do as a group of investigators. Untreated, about half of those patients will go on to a neurodegenerative form of the disease, which is not well treated at all. So the key is early treatment of the autoimmune phase of multiple sclerosis, absolutely critical.
Doctor, are any lifestyle changes effective in dealing with MS?
Well, again, we treat patients very early on, even before their clinical symptoms. We diagnose the disease by MRI in the spinal tap. And those treatments are so effective, they override any lifestyle changes. But yes, we know that high salt, for example, induces inflammation. We know high fats are not good, and smoking is a risk factor. So, but these are lifestyle changes everyone should do: low fat, low salt, not smoking. But there's no evidence that will change the course of the disease.
All good information, Dr. Hafler. We appreciate your time with us here on Good Morning Connecticut.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Doctor.